Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others, or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Machedo is the best.
Alright, hi there, Machedo. Speaking to you from Machedo.com. Who's Machedo? Think personal branding. Okay, time right now is 6:16 in the morning. I finished checking all my mails, and as I was going through some of the WhatsApp messages, I got a couple of people who sent me this article about Dubai. And as you know, in my channel, I give you my thoughts and opinions about events that are happening in Dubai. Okay, so this one is KHALEEJ Times, courtesy, it's written by my friend, Mr. Mazhar Farooqi. Okay, seems to be writing a lot of articles about buildings and problems of expats. Anyway, so I'll put the links down below, check them out, and do give me your opinion also. Okay, and by the way, just to get this record straight, last time when I commented about another building in Dubai with the residents who had to vacate even after paying a lot of money, some of the comments that were put down below, they were like, man, Dubai is a miserable place to live. Oh, Dubai is a horrible place to live. Let me set the record straight. Dubai, okay, and I'm telling you this explicitly. Nobody has paid me money or is forcing me to say this. Does it look like I'm being forced? Dubai is among the best cities in the world. If you know how to make money, Dubai is 100 times, or rather, I don't know, 1,000 or million times better than almost all the cities in the world. If you know, that is, if you know how to make money. Now, a simple question. Why do people from India, why do people from Pakistan, why do people from Bangladesh, why do they all go to Dubai if Dubai was horrible, miserable, terrible? Why do people dream of going to work there? Because you can make money. But having said that, there are also challenges that come with staying in a place like that. So, the point I'm trying to tell you is, Dubai has its challenges, and Dubai is not perfect. But on this channel, I like to speak about the challenges because, those are one-off things. If I were to every time say, everyone's happy in Dubai, yay, everyone's happy, everyone's smiling, nobody would want to see the video. I'm pretty sure even you, when you see the news, this person killed this person, this is the fear, this is the problem, this is COVID spreading, we see the problems and challenges, the war in Ukraine or the war with Russia, or we like to see the problems. We don't like to see everyone's happy, everyone's jolly, life is perfect. So I hope this is clear. So Dubai is not a horrible, miserable, terrible place to be, but at the same time, it's not perfect. So I hope I got that out of the way. Okay, now having said that, I'm looking at the screen, which is a little far. So it says Dubai 10-year-old building, only 10-year-old, faces demolition. Over 400 homeowners uncertain about the future. And by the way, let me know if this video, I'm having a selfie stick and speaking. It's resting on a wooden stand. So is this a good idea? I can make some videos like this. So let me know, is this okay, or should I fix it, or would you like some other arrangements? Yeah, anyway, got that out of the way. So it seems an expert committee finds structural defects, severe corrosion, which requires direct and rapid intervention. See, the problem in Dubai, especially during the boom period of the construction industry, and given that I worked in the construction, switchgear. I worked in a switchgear company, which is part of the construction industry. I met a lot of consultants, a lot of contractors. I can seriously tell you that during the boom period, all the contracting companies, all the construction companies, they were just looking to make fast money, just like how you have during various boom phases, like the cryptocurrency, everyone's trying to work through the loopholes, make maximum money. That's how you make big money, when you play through the loopholes of the system, take advantage of the system and get away, encash, get out. Okay, so even in the construction contracting industry, or whether it's electromechanical, whatever the works, they try to make maximum amount of money as quickly as possible, working through the loopholes. And what were some of the loopholes? By supplying cheap products, by supplying cheap material. So let's say, for example, in the proposal, when they are bidding for jobs, now the problem occurs with the client. The client, okay, chooses a consultant, and then consultant also, they take a lot of money under the table. And this I've literally seen with my own eyes. Almost everyone in the construction and contracting and consulting industry takes money. Obviously, when I was in Dubai, I couldn't say this, but today I can talk about it very easily. Who, I'm not going to tell you, but I have seen with my own eyes. Okay. And this is not just the thing that is happening in Dubai, it happens world over, but it's just a question of maybe in some places it happens much more, some places it happens a bit less, some places they expose it, some places they don't carry it out. So Dubai also, there is a lot of money being thrown under the table to get the contracts as commission. This happens also in UAE, especially with government sectors. Like in Dubai, it's not so much as Abu Dhabi. In Abu Dhabi, you tend to have all the big guys, big, dinosaurs who have been there for 20 years, 30 years, who do not leave the position of power, and they all have vested interest. Like the guys in the government, they have companies in their cousin's name or their far relatives' names, and contracts only go to them, and there's a lot of money being placed. This is there. This is a reality that nobody can talk about. Okay, so over here, my gut feeling says they must have got a consultant, and people obviously bid for the jobs. So one will quote, example I'm giving, one will quote 1,000. I'm just giving a rounded figure, 1,000. Another guy will say 900. Third guy will say 800, and they'll keep bidding low. At the end of the day, obviously the client trusts the consultant, and he says, this is my budget. Okay, so the consultant knows what is the budget, and whom the consultant favors, he will supply the information and tell these guys, listen, the best price if you want to get this job is 700. Okay, quote 699, and I'll make sure that you get the job, but make sure my provision is kept in the quotation. So obviously you have to pay bribes. So when you're making the price list, you'll quote at 699 as per instructions of the consultant, and in that you'll keep a buffer that you can pay the consultant, or you can pay the parties where you have to pay them bribes. Now what happens is, the guy who's going to construct this, the guy who's going to construct the final project, now obviously he's quoting very low. He might keep a 1%, 2% margin, or 5%. 5% is very grandiose. It's seldom very rare, especially when you're competing for projects. So they might keep a 1% profit margin when you're talking of hundreds of millions of dollars. But then the guy who's getting the job, what he'll do is he'll go to the suppliers and he'll start squeezing them. And he'll say, you want me to take your material, you better give me the best price. Okay, give me the least price or I'll not take you. And these guys, they want to get a job. They obviously need to get a contract, or they lose a contract. So then it goes down the chain, and then this is where they start giving cheaper and cheaper and cheaper material. So everyone's trying to get the contract but at cheaper material. And then there's another problem, that is giving PDCs and post-dated checks, and that is another drama in itself. So this I'm just assuming. I don't have any evidence for all this, but I'm telling you this is what I feel. See, because Dubai has very, very strict standards, assumedly. They are supposed to have very high standards, but then nobody's following the standards. In fact, here's the simple question which nobody has answers for. Why so many buildings in Dubai catch fire? The material that is used on the buildings, bright blue colored buildings, and they shine a lot, and the material, do you know that most of the buildings, if they were to catch fire, the whole building will just catch fire because it's so highly flammable. In fact, when I was staying in Sharjah, many buildings in Sharjah also same material that they use, very highly flammable, cheap material, which are not supposed to use. Address Hotel, just Google search, Address Hotel caught fire on Christmas, on New Year day itself. Okay, and I was in UAE that time. It was a shocker because Address Hotel is a prestigious hotel. So Address, I hope I got that name right, Address or some other hotel. Okay, you can Google search this. So even this property, they must have used cheap material. They must have used cheap whatever wirings or everything. Okay, so now because of this, in 10 years, where a building is supposed to last 30 years or 40 years, like for example in Karama is a place in Dubai. They have these residential areas which have been like standing there for 30, 40 years, man, and they're still robust. How is it possible? The buildings that were constructed in the 70s and 80s are still standing today, but these buildings, just 10 years and they are dying. It's very simple. They have used cheap material, absolutely cheap material. Now here what it says is 400 homeowners of a barely 10-year-old Mayaza 3 and Mayaza residential building in Q Point have been told they're living their apartments at their own risk. In fact, you have another great visionary. He's on TikTok. I don't know what the hell is he doing on TikTok. Whoever is advising him to have these clownish videos on TikTok, he needs to get fired. The guy is making a fool of himself. Instead of focus on business, hey, hello, how are you? He looks like do you know in Batman you have the Joker whose face is frozen. Hello, how are you? There's so much of Botox on the bloody guy's face. He's like upper half doesn't. Hi, how are you? Ah, you're fine. His face doesn't move. Just don't take my word on it. I don't want to take his name, but his face is bloody frozen. Hello, how are you? Are you fine? I wonder if he's sad. I'm sad. I'm happy. I'm angry. Yeah, bloody hell. That's another cartoony this thing. Okay, anyway. Look who's talking. Look at my face. Okay, fine. So it seems that these 400 homeowners, what makes it so shocking is they paid for a freehold property. Why I bought in? Sorry, I forgot to tell you. Freehold is a big no-no. Do not take freehold. Because what I've said this so many times in so many videos of mine. You purchase on freehold, you're supposed to be like the owner of the apartment. But what people fail to understand is the building owner or the maintenance service can give you hidden charges like maintenance charges, security charges, garden charges, or watering charges, or some new bullshit charges they will say. And then you have to pay. So you paid lump sum to avoid paying extra charges, and now they're charging you much more. And why do they sell you the freehold concept? It's very simple. They sell you the freehold concept so that you save money. And that is why people, instead of paying per month, they pay per, lump sum. But then they get stuck with this. Now, imagine they have paid millions. What they were supposed to pay for 10 years or 20 years, they paid them in lump sum. The client got all the money. He made hundreds of millions of dollars. He's fine. He doesn't have to worry jack shit. He can employ the best legal teams. He can employ the best people. He can literally bribe the judges, the lawyers, everyone. Nobody can touch him. But the homeowners, they are bamboozled. And like I tell you, being in the Middle East, any country in the Middle East, it's not your country. Whether it's a Middle East or any other country. Like for example, I stay in Thailand. It's not my country. Okay? Forget that. If you're an Indian and you stay in India itself, if there is a person with power and influence, you can't touch them. Like what is happening right now, there's that German-Indo couple. They are trying to take, like they say, panga, no? They're trying to clash with the people who are influential and powerful. You can't. See, money talks, influence talks, so contacts and connections. So this guy, this developer, Al Mazaya Real Estate, they can't be touched. They are too big. They are too powerful. These tenants who are staying there, they are middle class earning people or someone who's earning little more. But the building condition is terrible. I mean, if you see some of the photographs Mazhar Farooqi has taken, it's like the building itself doesn't look like fresh or new. It looks like a building that has been like 30 years, standing there. And then some of the other photographs he has shown cracks, I don't know where, on the top of the building or whatever. He's saying as per the email sent to the tenants, the condition of the building requires direct and rapid intervention. What are they going to do? Just put some cement and paint and make it look new? No, you'll have to change the entire bloody thing. And to change the entire bloody thing, you have to demolish. You have to literally demolish and recreate. You seriously think they're going to do that? And here's the comedic part. If they demolish and do that, they'll obviously have to ask the tenants to leave. And if they ask the tenants to leave, then they have to provide them a solution. So in every sense of the word, the tenants, they are in trouble. Nobody else, okay? Then it seems many of the owners, they give some of their sad stories. One, it says in this report, it says, what will I do? Where will I go if they demolish at an Indian expat who snapped up a 3-bedroom unit in Mazaya for 1.3 million? 3-bedroom for 1.3 million. You're an idiot. Normally 1 bedroom is like, 1.3 million or 3 bedrooms. So he thought he was getting a deal. He didn't use his common sense. Mohammad Ayub, a Pakistani banker who bought a 2-bedroom apartment in October, said he was staring at an uncertain future. My dear, future is always uncertain. Okay. On top of the money, I spent 60,000 on refurbishments. Remodeled the kitchen and bathroom. Why? Why? It is not your house, my dear friend. Ayub said he's worried that the building is unsafe for his family. 1 month after we moved in, we told we were not able to use underground car parking as unsafe. Well, nothing is safe. And you need to see that article. The photographs, if anyone were to show you the photograph of this building where Mazhar Farooqi has taken, it will look like a building which is 50 years old and is going to be demolished and destroyed, not 10-year-old. The building looks pathetic. Even the paint job is cheap. I mean, they must have done nothing but given the cheapest quality. And, typical, you have these buyers. I want cheapest but bestest. They got the cheapest and bestest. And now it is the worstest. And then after the article says that, meanwhile, the Homeowners Association, the Homeowners Association was, it is what it is. It is just an ass. There's nothing that is going to do. Nothing they can do. Kaizen Owners Association management refused to share more details. We would like to stress that we are committed to assisting all the owners with a high level of professionalism in the manner in line with the directives of the authorities, which is a pointless statement. It is like farting gas after having constipation. So nothing. What does the law says? I'll not even bother to read it. Article 4, law number 6 of all the fart and gas states all the sweet sounding words that not even the lawyers can understand, and nobody cares. Okay, the judge will eventually say whatever he has to say. So overall, what I want to tell you is this report should be a wake-up call for you people, whoever is planning to buy freehold property in a country where you're not a citizen, any country in the world where you're not a citizen. Never ever buy assets or property, especially where you do not have the law protecting you and you're an immigrant or an expat. Just buy what you need on rent. Don't buy anything like, the trend used to be buying expensive cars in your name. Rent it out. You can change whenever you like. Why you want to buy an expensive house? Rent it out. That is the best thing. Now, these people have nowhere to go. And who is to blame? Well, nobody forced you to buy it, right? Anyway, this is what I want to say. No prizes for guessing who I was talking about with the face like this. Anyway, so let me know. And please, if you have any articles, any comments, any questions, feel free to comment down below. I love to read them. This is me signing off. Anyhow, give me the feedback. How does this video look like? This, setup. Okay. Having said that, this is me saying bye-bye. You guys take care. Cheerio. Bye.